Alright, so we are kicking off with Legacy staple Angrath, the Flame Change here this morning. I do know it's exceptionally disappointing that he doesn't have animations on Magic Online, so I will be doing my best today to animate Angrath when we play him, so we can deliver the full digital Magic the Gathering experience. So we've played this Mardu control iteration that goalie submitted a couple of times now. Today I am giving the card Faithless Looting a try. We oft refer to this card as the red Brainstorm or modern Brainstorm in Modern, so hopefully it's going to do similar things here. Other adorable things is that I was looking at this deck and realized there was no creatures in it, and I was like, well, if there's no creatures and we have black mana anyways, Nether Spirit is super free, so I've added one copy of Nether Spirit to our deck, which, for those not familiar, at the beginning of your upkeep, this is the only creature in your graveyard, it just gets to come right back into play. So it's a 2/2 that just comes back again and again and again. How are we doing on the Frigid Moor? I'm doing alright. I am lucky and don't have to leave my house, which is nice. My commute is nice and easy. Christy got the kids to daycare and herself to work safely too this morning, so that's good. No snow this morning. We had a little bit of freezing rain. Thankfully the roads in town are mostly treated. Yeah, this is a keep. Doesn't have any threats in it, but our deck's pretty threat light overall, and we've got some disruption. Thoughtseize, pretty good in a range of matchups. Plow, good in some matchups, not others. What is the win count for this deck? Either Lingering Souls or Planeswalkers. What's going on, Cubone? Yeah, I'm here. Most weeks I'm here 5 days a week, so at least Monday through Friday usually. Yep, yeah, just went live. Match one, game one here. Underground Sea, could be a lot of things. Preordain likely implies that my opponent is playing Storm. Could be a fair deck too, but usually Preordain is contained in the more unfair decks. Do I have a discount for the Tempo Storm DX Racer? I believe their Twitter had a discount code. If you look on the Tempo Storm Twitter, I think. Here's to not getting paid with the government shutdown. Still some biddies for my boy. I hope they get all that nonsense sorted soon. It's really obnoxious. Thanks for the support, USGC. Hope everything works out for you and yours. Well, that's really interesting. This is the Phoenix deck, right? So I need to take the Buried Alive here because otherwise their turn 2 will be Ritual, Buried Alive, Cantrip, put 3 Phoenixes into play. So gonna go ahead and take that away. And then hopefully they play Dr. Peasy and we just get to plow it. Morning, Super. Yeah, right, Yachidi? It's funny how your perspective on cards can change as you become more competitive and gain more understanding. Haven't been timed out at all this year. We can fix that. Can definitely fix that. Interesting that they're not playing the Pyromancer. I guess they want to guarantee get some value out of it, but that hopefully means we can snake it with this Thoughtseize. Jimming a lot of black-green rock on Moat, and starts playing against Esper Obsidian. Game 3, they cast Unmoored Ego, naming Dark Confidant, and I had to laugh because there are none. They conceded from shame, and I died. That's the best story I've heard in a long time. That's fantastic. Is Legacy more degenerate than Modern in terms of quick game kills? It actually isn't. So, in my experience, Legacy games tend to be on one end of the extreme spectrum or the other. So Legacy games either tend to be done by turn 2 or last till turn 12 plus. And I think more of them last till turn 12 plus than are done on turn 2 on average for sure. Alright, so they found an Arclight. They have another Brainstorm. I don't really care about this Cabal Therapy, right? So I'm just going to take the Brainstorm away here. They obviously hid Dr. Peasy on top of the deck. So they're going to, like, crack the fetch land, get a red source, play Peasy, cast Cabal Therapy. I'll plow the Pyromancer in response. They'll see my handful of lands and we'll be good. Have a good one, Yachidi. Okay, they want more value than that, apparently. They must have put 2 good cards back on top of their deck if that's the case. And good morning, by the way, goalie. We're going to do 2 Legacy to start today and 2 Legacy to start tomorrow, I believe. We had a few Legacy decks that got pushed up a good amount. I would like to plow that, please. Yeah, I like these basics. These are my favorite Moto basics. Turn in digital cards to receive physical cards mail. Magic Online has a trade-in system for just recent sets that's kind of convoluted and complicated. So by bolting their token here, I'm denying them the ability to flash it back to Cabal Therapy themselves and take the Arclight Phoenix out of their hand. Yeah, not Arena. In fact, one of the reasons why Magic Online has an economy and kind of tends to be expensive is because of that trade-in value. Yeah, the new house is swell. Working at home's a lot better when your home is nicer. Tombstalker. That's a big boy. What'd they name with the Cabal Therapy? They named Swords to Plowshares. That makes sense, even though I played one because they had Tombstalker coming. Our moats are real bad here, huh? Probably going to swap those out for our copies of Humility. Containment Priest, also super relevant here. Rip, also fine. Rip turns off the back halves of our lootings and our Lingering Souls, but it's definitely better against them than it is against us. Vindicate, also pretty reasonable here, so we can kill their Tombstalkers. Lingering Souls is not bad. Buys us a lot of time. Blocks a lot. Good morning, Tiger. Being able to look at your board mid-game. Yeah, definitely. To be fair, that was a feature we had to fight to get into Magic Online too. Magic Online didn't always do this. I remember posting lots of tweets about that. Morning Modest. 5 mana, gain 20. That seems like a good rate. Normally just casting cards to gain life isn't fantastic, but gain 20 is not bad. Double Arclight Phoenix. Woof. I think we're dead. I don't know that I really have tools to beat this game 1. I guess I could like hit a Faithless Looting into like 2 more spells here and like hit a bunch of Swords to Plowshares or something. I guess if I double block this first Phoenix, they're gonna have a kind of a hard time getting them all into play. Yeah, it's been there for a couple of years at this point, but remember, Moto is 17 years old, so I don't really spend time speculating about what they are or aren't going to do. Do you think they'll make Magic Online look more like Arena? Nope. Do not. There is a reason why they rewrote Magic Arena from the ground up instead of just improving Magic Online. Big reason. We ended up getting to 9,400 was the peak. So I'm going to go to 4 here, and they're going to hit Kaya, I assume. If I rip another Lingering Souls, we could potentially be in the game. Yeah, it was a big day. The average viewer count is really what's more meaningful, I think. And for an almost 8-hour stream, my average viewer count ended up being like 3,500 people, which was awesome. So is Arena getting some bigger formats, most likely? Womp womp. Why must you fly across my moat? Arena's gonna get a new non-rotating format at some point, but I'd be pretty surprised if Modern and Legacy ever showed up in Arena. I think the amount of work it would take to add these formats to Arena is probably not worth the amount of extra money they get back out of it. Nether Spirit's probably not fantastic here, especially when I'm boarding in Rest in Peace. What do I want to cut here? Collective Brutality kills Dr. PZ, so that's fine. Maybe Thoughtseize isn't fantastic, because it does hurt me and they're a little bit aggressive. I think Arena has the player base to sustain the new formats. I mean, Arena probably... I would wager large amounts of money that Arena has more players than Magic Online right now. And Magic Online has infinite formats on it, so it's probably okay. The Stream Decker on mobile is broken. You need to manually clear your app cache to make it work. Is Canonist worth it? Is Canonist, like, better than discard spells? I wonder if that's the case. I could see that being the case. I still need one more cut as is. I could, like, cut all 4 of the 1-mana discard spells and, like, bring in the Ethersworn Canonist. That's probably not unreasonable. Arena's brought a lot of people into the game. It's very, very good for Magic as a whole. Magic Online, and like obviously there's exceptions to this rule, but Magic Online, for the most part, is only played by established Magic players, whereas like Arena is getting new people into Magic that previously would never have touched it. Yeah, Canonist stops him from flooping Phoenix back into play, right? That's an unfortunate series of draws here. Hopefully R5 is good. Oh, that's Magic sometimes. That's how the cookie crumbles. It's funny too, because like there's actually a lot more lands in this deck than most Legacy decks play, right? Like this deck's playing 23 lands, and all of them make colored mana. Like there's no Wastelands or Rishadan ports or anything greedy like that. Here's to the 10 months. I actually mostly just listen to you as a podcast off YouTube, and you're basically the only MTG content creator that's detailed enough to follow along from audio. Thanks, Persip. I appreciate that. Welcome back. 9 months? Yeah, you know, close enough. We'll round up. Yeah, it seems fine. Faithless Looting looking really good. Hopefully going to propel us into some more lands here. Probably fetch Badlands on 1, so that way I have my double red set up for the Chandra Torture Defiance. When you start with a non-basic like this, like, I'm going to be Wastelandable anyway, so I might as well, like, just, like, fetch good mana instead of trying to fetch around Wasteland. Alright, buckle up, kids. It's going to be a long one. I think I... Morning, Diva. I think I just take the Brainstorm, right? The rest of their hand doesn't do much. I guess I could take the Jace the Mind Sculptor. The problem is, like, they have this Monastery Mentor, and this helps get them set up into that. Yeah, maybe I just take the Jace. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the Jace. It's just like, you'll take their win cons. I only play Legacy and Modern, but how much is a deck on Arena? I think I'm ready to build into Standard. The number most people have given me is that $100 gets you enough wildcards to build most of the Tier 1 Standard decks. But obviously, it varies depending on the cost on Arena is in relation to the number of rares and mythics in a deck. So the more rares and mythics the deck has, the more expensive it's going to be. I mean, I don't know the answer to that question. Like what? I don't know what the answer to what's going to be on Magic Online and what's not, etc. All right, so I think I want to keep my extra lands. I'm definitely binning the Swords to Plowshares, and I have to decide which of my 3 Planeswalkers I'd like to give up. I think I want to give up Ajani. Kaya down taking cards out of their hand is like really potent. And like Chandra can clean up Monastery Mentor since we're on the play. If they find a copy of Force of Will, we could be in a little bit of trouble because they could force Chandra. It doesn't keep... Well, so the cards are revealed over here, but you have to, like, manually keep track of them. Counterbalance. Wild. So they played Brainstorm. Thoughtseize sounds great. What are the odds they put a 1 on top of their deck? I feel like it's pretty low. Happy to send in the fun money. Keep up the good work. Union Private. Wow, they did set up a 1. Brutal. Union Private with the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. I kind of thought they might put Terminus back on top of their deck there in case I played a creature, but I guess they were heads up. Yeah, Legacy is basically a format where like you play blue cards, you just like accept that you're like not showing up to be super competitive. You either like the branches of decks in Legacy are like there's 3 main archetypes in Legacy. There's the Brainstorm, Ponder, Force of Will decks that are just super consistent because those cards add an absurd amount of consistency to your decks. And then there's the Chalice of the Void decks and like Death and Taxes decks that are trying to metagame the Brainstorm, Ponder decks. And then there's like all-in combo decks like SI, Charbelcher, Blackwood Reanimator, things of that nature that are like trying to get people by going really fast. Driving into the car, beep beep. I think the crop rotation decks generally fall into linear combo. That's where they end up at these days. So they are... Why are they predicting blind? Shouldn't they wait for the counterbalance trigger to predict? Are they new? Do they know Polluted Delta was on top? They didn't, right? No, they named Delta. Okay, so they must have known Delta. Oh, they knew Delta was on top from the portent. That makes sense. I forgot they cast that. Makes a lot of sense. Bump Sultai Merfolk for new standard. Will do Dawn Breakable. Thanks for the support. Yeah, lands is basically a linear combo deck. That's unfortunate. They're gonna show me another one. That's such a tilt. Very frustrating. At least this gets to resolve, I guess. We have Moat to make the Monastery Mentor not be relevant. That's sad. Stream Decker looks to be working fine here. Let me take a peek at it. I have Bridgevine lined up for the next deck. Should I get through the rest of them, McCullough? Just in case, because they might go quick. Sometimes they go quick. This is a mistake. I should have plus Chandra first. God, what a brutal, frustrating variance-powered card. What an incredibly frustrating card. Correct, yeah. Yeah, like, Counterbalance is pretty mediocre without Sensei's Dividing Top, but, like, if it's just, like, always have it, it's pretty good. Not bad. So they have Flusterstorm, and then one card I don't know. I should fetch first here, because if I hit Angrath, I need to be able to cast him. I won't be able to do that if I don't have... Do I want to cast Faithless Looting? Yeah, I think I do, actually. Let me check for a Jace on top of their deck. Oh, Magic's great. Oh, it's so great. Alright, well, if they don't have a Snapcaster Mage or another Council's Judgment, the Chandra gets to ult, and maybe we win from there. If we can dodge, need to dodge Snap and Council's Judgment. Alright, that's a predict. Did they shuffle? They chose not to shuffle. Alright, they don't have double white for Council Judgment here. And they're at 15, so like I only have to cast 3 spells at this point. Alright, sweet. They're dead. Look at that. Look at that. Ain't nobody care about your stuff, okay? Nice Flusterstorm. I'm gonna decline to pay for all these triggers that you're gonna make me click through. And I'm gonna flashback this Faithless Looting and kill you. Are we good? Can we move on with our lives? I saw on YouTube comments that you have nothing of value to give competitive players, so I guess I'll take my money somewhere else. What's going on, Beetle? I'm trying, okay? I can't help it. I'm a meme. It is. We added Faithless Looting so we could just, like, trigger Chandra emblems. Only reason it's there. Trigger. Well, Moat was pretty good. Is Moat better or worse than Humility in this matchup? It's probably... Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. They got us. Brutal. The worst part about the Magic Arena announcement from yesterday is that it didn't give me anything to complain about. I, like, have to just sit here and be happy like some kind of normal human being. Doesn't Wizards of the Coast understand that I need something to be upset with? Why can't they just give me things to be pissed off about? I guess I'll just have to sit here and complain about not being able to complain. That's the Magic player thing to do, right? Complain about not being able to complain. Alright, we did it. We did it! Alright, so Duress is great here. Extra Vindicate's great. Revoker for Jace the Mind Sculptor is probably fine. I think I cut all the plows, excuse me, because between my Planeswalkers and my Lightning Bolts and my Vindicates, I have plenty of ways to cover the Monastery Mentor. Keep doing you, Jeff. Don't worry, be happy. 33 months is a long time, Aaron. Welcome back, and thanks for keeping me employed here. You wanted the OGs. There is not any way to interact with... Technically, to be technically correct, you can restart the game with Karn. You can restart the game with Karn. Karn liberated can restart the game. I think I like boarding like this. I think Moat's probably better than Humility. Yeah, I think it's super reasonable. Yeah, Angrath also kills Mentor. If you're boarding in creatures, should you take out Nether Spirit? I don't think so. I think it's probably fine. I think I'm in for, like, Grey Ogre in this matchup. Man, that hand is good. I think I'm taking Search for Iskanta here. It, like, helps smooth things out for them. I wonder if Moat's better as Humility. I don't know. Moat looks pretty mediocre in the face of their Vendilion click, though. Well, that's yep. All right. At least we get to loot some of these away instead of being stuck with them. Ditch a couple lands for now. Yeah, I guess I have the Bolt to deal with Vindicate, and like Moat could potentially lock out Mentor if they have it. The problem with like Moat locking out Mentor is that like Mentor still builds up an army, so like they find Judgment and they get you. So that resolves. Just gonna go ahead and bolt this, I think. Just keep it out of play. Morning, Anner. Took the Chandra, not surprised. Flooding a little bit, but Faithless Looting's gonna flash back and work through more of these lands here, which will be great. Think Bolt will ever be printed in Standard again? Nah, probably not. Hopefully we're like a true professional on like draw Vindicate or Faithless Looting into our second Bolt to kill this Jace the Mind Sculptor. Would be ideal. I'm fetching basics here because there's a chance that my opponent is playing the card. What's it called? I'm blanking on its name. Back to basics. I'm gonna ditch these two. Because I think I want to like double Lingering Souls a couple of times. Oh, did I ditch my other swamp? I only have one swamp, right? That makes sense. I knew that. I knew there was only one swamp. There's 2 mountains, 2 plains in this build. Spell Snare, and then cards I don't really care about. I guess I just take Snapcaster Mage here, because it's the flexible one. They definitely, if they're a good player, they hid their best card on top of their deck, because they know they're redrawing it after this Jace Brainstorm. Yeah, I agree, JW. Back to basics gives you more chance for counterplay. Back to basics, also much better against Tron. Or would be much better against Tron. Do I have a legacy schedule? No, not really. I just play legacy as decks get to the top of the queue. So my entire stream is basically run by my deck queue system. So I'm gonna take Flusterstorm here, and then go ahead and play this Lingering Souls. I usually do, so normally I do some Magic Online every morning. So I do 1 or 2 Magic Online leagues every morning, 5 days a week. My schedule's a little bit different this week because the new set's releasing. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of Standard on Thursday and Friday when the new set comes out. Yeah, that's unfortunate. This Jace the Mind Sculptor is going to be very quickly burying us. Morning, Austin. I got you, Dawn. If you don't catch my legacy stuff live, you can always find it on my YouTube channel, my website. If you click decks at the top, there's or videos. I think it's videos. Yeah, there's videos, and there's legacy. There's a YouTube playlist there that gets all my content in it. The Salamander has potential for Modern Legacy, but other than that, not really. And if we don't rip Vindicate or Bolt here, I'm probably just going to go ahead and pack it in. This has just been amassing too much advantage. How much for a deck to be played on YouTube only? Let's say $100. Because the YouTube only content makes significantly less money than streaming on Twitch. So if you wanna pay for the difference, I will do that. Oh, Electro Dominance could have potential in Modern too. I agree with that. That's not a legacy card, but in Modern for sure. Electro Dominance and Salamander Drake. Otherwise, if you don't mind something being played live on Twitch, it's $10 for Standard, $25 for Modern, and $50 for Legacy. Yeah, I had some good feedback on the YouTube only stuff. It just doesn't make enough, unfortunately, to justify doing. All right, maybe the Lingering Souls can kill this Jace. Morning Ransom. The new Linvala in Legacy. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of slow for a Hate Bear. And I'm not sure what deck in Legacy wants to play that card that wouldn't just play Galactique. How is Electro Dominance good in Modern? So the way cards like Ancestral Vision and Living End work, they can be cast with a card like Electro Dominance for 0. So Electro Dominance will provide a manner in which you can Electron's provide a manner in which you can cast Living End for 2 mana, which is potentially powerful. Which cards from the new set should I spend my wildcards on? The ones you want to play? I don't know about broken, but it's probably playable. Opponent has 6 cards in their hand, and I have 4 Lingering Souls tokens and 2 more in the bin, so probably done here. Yes, Mazer Mouse. There's only one Standard deck in the queue that doesn't need cards from RNA at the moment. So today and tomorrow are going to be all spreadsheets. I'm going to do 2 Legacy to start today, 2 Legacy to start tomorrow. Weird that they didn't attack. What's going on, Ford? Good morning. Andrew Benson, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Hope you're having a good Tuesday wherever you're at in the world. Say like 300% have another Jace the Mind Sculptor here, right? You actually only like the second, so it's okay. I would love to Thoughtseize you. Oh, right. I knew about Celestial Purge. That's fine. Still got a 2-for-1 here. Force of Will and Council's Judgment. Sure, she was dead no matter how we sliced it. Needs more Angrath, please. Nice, Rose. Yeah, it's upgrades are fun. Let's do this to block Snapcaster Mage. If they want to hard cast Force of Will, oh geez, they actually have enough land that they can hard cast Force of Will and still activate Azcanta. Brutal. Yeah, definitely not looking fantastic for us. Needed like a Planeswalker of our own much earlier so we could generate some card advantage. Like, and remember, like, this is a game that we're like kind of in where like our opponent had a Jace the Mind Sculptor going for forever. Okay, they're getting aggressive here. You've been voted off the island. Horn and Burn player, hope you feel better. Being 6, no fun. We're going to start holding our lands at this point because I do have copies of Faithless Looting in my deck. MTGO is functional. That's the word we use to describe it. Functional. Maybe our opponent will be incredibly unlucky, and these spirit tokens will race their Azcanta and their Snapcaster Mage. Maybe. Alright, we're done here. To take game 3 on the plate. You have to spell out appropriately with quotations included. Yep, pretty much. It's fine. Big mean blue deck and your card advantage. I mean, to be fair, like, that whole game was about the fact that they had an unchecked Planeswalker for a period of time, right? And, like, that's kind of what our deck's trying to do, too, is, like, get an unchecked Planeswalker into play. We're just doing it with discard spells rather than counter spells. We've not played Angrath yet today, but we played Angrath last time we played this deck, and he's wonderful. I still have Moats in my deck. I'm going to get a Scrublands here, because I can't get a basic Swamp with Arid Mesa. Need to put some aim counters on their lands, right? I'm going to take their Ponder, and then I'm going to take their Snapcaster Mage here, I think. They draw a Ponder. What a tilt. What a tilt. Damn it, Thoughtseize. Hey, what's going on, Kaysen? Thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Don't make fun of Moto. It's only 18. Oh, I drew Chandra, which kind of makes me want to take their Click instead of their Snapcaster Mage. Probably should have not been greedy and just taken Click and Snap to start. Alright, let's draw lands for the next 2 turns, shall we? How do I feel about vindicating them? I'm asking chat, should I Stone Rain my opponent? I know your answer. Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. I know. I don't even know why I asked the question. Should we Stone Rain my opponent? The answer is yes. I understand. Alright. Alright. Running lands. Let's go. Running lands. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Actually, if this resolves, she lets us cast Angrath. Ew. Hey, oh, let's go. Do. 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 Boop. 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 Do. 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 Well, they actually have Force of Will, which is interesting. All right, I'm gonna plush Chandra to draw a card to start here rather than the Angrath. I'm gonna God, if I decline casting this, It sucks that it's exiling. That's the thing that feels bad there. Maybe I'm supposed to play the land and plush Chandra because it plays Angrath around Spell Pierce, but Spell Pierce is less common than Flusterstorm. This is the reading Angrath pause. This is the I haven't played standard. What does Angrath do pause? Brutal. It was a good draw. Weird that they did that when they could have Snap Purge. I guess they don't have a land. That makes sense. Let's bolt this. We're actually in an okay spot here. Like, we're up on lands, and Kaya is putting them down to 1 card and us up to 1 card. Perfect. Got an Ajani Vengeant. Sweet. They'll snap a cantrip here. We'll Kaya down tick, take a card, draw a card. Ajani will shoot the Snapcaster Mage. Our deck is very friendly. One could argue it's the only friendly thing about Legacy. They chose not to shuffle, which is definitely relevant. Wow. Wow, they had Jace in their hand. I totally just cast this Phyrexian Revoker and named Jace, right? Pretty confident that's the line. Go. Alright, the gang's all here. You have a link to the subs Discord? Yeah, details on how to get to the subs Discord are here. I think Revoker is on defense duty. It's still early too, but yeah, I think we're at about 1,000 yesterday by this time. That's fine. I knew our numbers are going to be low. It's okay. There's a reason why we increased the cost for Moto deck lists. I'm intentionally leaving Revoker back here so that way it can block a Snapcaster Mage. Although maybe that's too conservative. I guess if they have a snap, they're snapping Purge anyways. Yeah, they're snapping Purge anyways, so I guess this doesn't really matter. All right. I might be right to hold on to this, honestly. All right, let's start attacking here. They're only on 1 white source, and Ajani gets to keep that locked down. So, like, to Council's Judgment these, they need to draw 2 white sources plus a Judgment. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Okay, sure. Start with trying to draw a card. Their hand is empty, so let's not do that. Put this to that, and then I actually have them dead in 2, right? It's Chandra uptick, Ajani downtick, Ajani downtick. Yeah, I agree. The design on Kaya is fantastic. I really wish they would have reprinted her into standard. I don't think she would have been too overpowered. She's got a really sweet design to her. I think I'm just gonna keep upticking here. I don't want to get my Planeswalker's Council Judgment, basically. And like if they like flash at a Vendilion click here, I'd be in trouble. So I assume they're gonna blow up Engineered Explosives. Really? They just went to 4. Okay, so they're dead on board to the Planeswalkers. They have Vendilion click. Okay. These are my cards. My cards are mediocre. My love of Jeff is constantly weighed against my hatred of Bodo. Well, thanks for dropping it, Michael. Remember, lots of good YouTube content, too, if the deck or client we're playing is not your cup of tea. Yep. Oh, Magic's great. Play my 4-mana Shock. Can't wait for Ravnica Allegiance. Me too, Admain. Looks really sweet. Which match is this? This is match 2, game 3. So we are 1-1 to start the day. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping by here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. We play a ton of Standard as well as Modern and Legacy here. If you enjoy my content, please consider doing like Admain just did there for the 20th month in a row and subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave. Using code Jeff Hoagland, you can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Hey, Zeratos with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. I appreciate you shipping those Bezo bucks this way this month. And of course, Steamapunk Panda with the brand new Prime support as well. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine here. HurleyBurleyStudios.com does professional Magic the Gathering altars. They do border extensions as well as full art alterations. You can use code Jeff10 to save 10% on your orders there with her, and you can find a great selection of her previous work on her website at HurleyBurleyStudio.com. Cardsphere.com will have to help you turn into other cards, your cards into other cards directly with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take 1% fee off the top. And they also very recently added a draft simulator to their website, so you can go ahead and check that out if you enjoy Limited for free. And of course, MTGO traders would love to buy and sell Magic the Gathering online cards with you using code Hoagland PayPal at mtgotraders.com. You can save 8% on all of your singles orders there with them. Yes, yeah, the light in this room is a little bit yellow. So, like, the walls are, like, tan-ish, and with the yellow light, they definitely appear very yellow. Yeah, Narset Cannon Arena. Someone asked if I'm doing the RNA event, streamer event tomorrow. I am not. So the RNA streamer event tomorrow is only best of 1 queues enabled. I don't really enjoy playing best of 1. So today and tomorrow I'm going to be doing all Modern and Legacy on Magic Online. And then Thursday I will probably be starting a little bit late because the new set hits Arena at 10 a.m. Central for me. So I'll probably start about then and do an all-day stream. What 2 editions is Burn getting? They're definitely getting the Skewer card is like, okay, I don't even know if that card's good. Maybe it's better than Riftbolt. Maybe it's better than Riftbolt. Yeah, the Spectacle Bolt, I don't know. It's probably better than Riftbolt, but other than that, I'm not sure if it's fantastic or not. Are you cracking packs online Thursday? Definitely. I don't know if the Spectacle Draw 2 is good enough. What's the average damage output of a card in Burn? I think it's is it higher than 3? When you factor in lands and creatures? This hand's great. Faithless Looting gives us something to do with the redundant Moat here, which is nice. Get to lead on Inquisition and get a heads up for what's going on here. Looks like Sneak and Show. So we're going to be getting rid of both of our Moats. Kind of punished for not leading on... Kind of punished for not leading on Thoughtseize since I can't take the Sneak attack and I'm going to get Spell Pierced. I guess I don't have the Thoughtseize on too. Well, you got to remember that looting is card disadvantage, which is a big deal. I'm going to lead on looting here because if they counterspell this, I can then Thoughtseize their Sneak attack, which is nice. Someone asked what my plans are with Ranked Best of 3 coming. With Ranked Best of 3 coming, I plan to simply do... I plan to simply... put play all of my matches of Arena as ranked. If they add some kind of meaningful rewards to being high ranked, I might pick and choose and like play some decks in the ranked queue and some in the unranked queue. Like the decks that are more experimental, start them in the unranked queue at least. So this Thoughtseizes through Spell Pierce. That being said, I expect this to get Force of Will this turn. Pitching the Spell Pierce most likely. Yeah. So they're going to get to put Sneak Attack into play next turn, which sucks for us. We're probably dead. I guess I can Ajani and keep the red source tap, but like that's pretty light, crossing our fingers. What's going on, Jim Miles? Good morning. So I don't know any of the cards that are in their hand currently. My best shot to not die here, I think, is Ajani plus on the mountain. Hey, Iliad, Arena has maybe realized just how rough watching Excel is. You're not wrong. Honestly, it's not even just the visuals that make it tough. Just like this here, right? Like how many clicks that I just have to do that, like with the auto tapper, wouldn't happen. Yeah, I agree, STX. Hey, Pug of War with the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Yeah, Swords doesn't really help against most things. Wouldn't Modern be fairly easy to implement? I can't tell if that's a real comment or if because your username is Stupid Dog if you're trying to make a joke. Wouldn't it be easy to implement Modern on MTGA since they can copy all the code from MTGO? I can't tell if it's a real question or if you are just trying to live up to the username Stupid Dog. Alright, so Moats and Nether Spirit are bad. Swords to Plowshares are pretty bad. I guess I leave the Nether Spirit in just because it's like a 2-2. Hey, K9GM3 with the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for that. That's definitely how programming works, can confirm. These lightning bolts are pretty mediocre. Oh, did I not drag Humility in yet? Totally didn't drag Humility in yet. Yeah, those are great, obviously. I think Canonist might be better than Nether Spirit, actually. Especially when I'm bringing in other creatures. Collective Brutality is a little bit mediocre. Angrath pressures their hand, so I think I want to keep that. I implemented Modern on a photocopier the same way. See, you get it. I appreciate people who get it. Let's give this a go. I would love to play first. Thank you for asking. This hand just doesn't do anything. No meaningful interaction. It's so lame that Show and Tell doesn't let you put Planeswalkers into play. That card would be way more fun. Is there a ban and restricted update tomorrow? No, it's the 21st. Alright, I'm just timing people out that post things that are nonsense about programming and porting stuff. They would write a script to port the code. Oh, they mulliganed to 4. That's exciting. It's exciting. Lotus Notes. Gosh, the insurance company that I worked at for a little bit still used Lotus Notes to manage some of their stuff. It's just like, holy gosh. They paid IBM extra money to extend the life so they would support it longer. Legacy code. Would you be willing to try a Merfolk brew for INA? Almost certainly. I'm basically accepting all standard submissions with the new set. And ditch one of these souls. I don't have anything else to do with my mana next turn, so I'm just gonna like play a Lingering Souls for 3. Or I can draw Duress, and then Duress them plus Lingering Souls for 2. They have Leyline of Sanctity. Knowing that doesn't really change how I sideboard. I wonder if that's why they mulligan so aggressively. It's because they have Leyline of Sanctity. Could be. Alaricus with the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Alright. Let's just keep poking them, shall we? Taking the leyline here is like not amazing for us, but just taking a raw card out of their hand does mean their future brainstorms are a little bit less potent. I mean, we're in a decent spot, right? We're hoping to dodge Pyroclasm here, but that's it. A previous job was married to Lotus Notes. Developer spent years building out everything in .NET, and they still paid to renew the license. Brutal. One new magic card, please. Okay. Fair. Fair. So, yeah, sweet. I would say I don't think I want to flashback Lingering Souls here because I don't want to get, what's it called? I don't want to get, Pyroclasm to lose my entire threat base. Ferg TQ, Shovel is getting kind of heavy, boss. That's why we gave you some boots. Thanks for the 5 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Oh, I don't have double red. That's fine. Alright, so they're dead on board. I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn here. No reason to play Revoker into a Pyroclasm. The only game in which we have tapped 5 lands and cast Angrath, we have won. So, yeah, basically. Alright, we beat them when they mulliganed before. God bless. Our hand was pretty reasonable too, like we had a bunch of disruption into a small clock. As a poor engineer, can you explain why copying code isn't good? I mean, a lot of stuff is like copying code and like reworking the examples that you've worked off of, but like implying that you can copy the .NET code from Magic Online or script the .NET code from Magic Online to port to a Unity-based engine that's written in a different language is absurd. Also, like, one of the reasons why Magic Online is such a spaghetti mess is because Magic Online codes each Magic card individually instead of coding a rules engine to then handle the rules text of the cards. And from my understanding, Magic Arena has a rules engine rather than coding each card individually. Because ideally, that's how it should be done. It should be a rules engine. MTGO can drive. MTGO is 17 years old. 2002, 17 years old. Almost 17. This hand is very good. I probably would have kept it even without the Faithless Looting, just be speculative, but it's very good with the looting. Deal. Good. Good top deck. Good try. Enjoy your stay. He's a good little pig. I'm going to flash in this Containment Priest and trade. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to, like, have them draw cards if they rip an Echoing Truth. So now they have to reassemble their combo pieces, plus a way to take the humility off the table, which is pretty good for us. I'm going to go ahead and Thoughtseize and take this Force of Will, so that way the Chandra's likely to resolve next turn. Spellbearer, sure. Still makes Chandra more likely to resolve next turn. So they do have a Force of Will and then one card I don't know. So this Chandra could just end up being a Hymn to Torok here, which is fine. That still leaves us ahead, especially with the Horizon Canopy and the Faithless Looting in my bin. That's so brutal. All right, need to find a win condition. This actually lets them hard cast Force of Will, which is really annoying. I'm gonna cast a 1/1 and start attacking. So there's a hotkey you can hold down to have Magic Online automatically use the first color in a dual land. It doesn't intelligently pick what it's doing, but it uses the first color. Okay, well, I know they have a Force of Will in their hand, so Kaya is just going to be like tap 5, get forced. So probably going to hold her until they play a cantrip. Or until I draw a Thoughtseize or a Duress. Alright. Stone Rain your blue source. So if they don't have a blue source here, this lets me cast Kaya without them forcing it. Tilt. I think it's right to be aggressive there. I don't know. Could go either way. Alright, so now do I jam Kaya because I can jam Angrath immediately afterwards? Potentially immediately afterwards. Yeah, I think so. So they're going to tap 5 and cast Force of Will here. But this opens me up to being able to draw a land and cast the Flame Chain next turn. Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why I'm right. Tell me why you're right. Tell me why I should wait another turn. What meaningful thing is done by waiting another turn? Alright, so they just need an Echoing Truth plus a creature at this point. Let's go to DMS. How does waiting a turn guarantee me another land? It really doesn't. The mods have all just like been here a while and they understand how the stream works. Alright, so they're gonna have a card left over. They get to, no, they don't have a card left over. They put 2 cards in the bottom. So, I think I just get aggressive with my Planeswalkers at this point, right? Like this does 2 to them. This does 3, and then next turn they're dead. So they need 2 cards to get out of this, so they should just be dead here, I believe. Because they can't combo us, because humility. They need a creature plus a way to get rid of humility. Was in here by Savitz and told this is good time. What's going on, Don? Today and tomorrow, if you're newer to Magic, you're probably going to be a little bit lost. So I do a lot of Magic Arena, but we're currently taking a cooler while I wait for the new set to release. So we're playing, this is called Magic the Gathering Online, which is Magic's older client, and it has access to most of Magic's 25 years worth of cards. So we are playing one of Magic's older non-rotating formats. If you're familiar with Hearthstone, it would be the equivalent to like Hearthstone's Wild format. So we have some cards that are standard legal, like Angrath. Is Angrath the only standard legal card in here? I guess Duress is standard legal too. And the basic lands, obviously. So Angrath continuing to be undefeated in Legacy in games in which she resolves. Obviously broke the format. Older means more experienced and better. Something like that. The Angrath animation is a little bit more disappointing. You're not wrong. What's Legacy mean? Legacy is silly. I put SI as the second deck today because we'll have more people when we get to that one. And SI's a hoot. SI is like everybody... SI basically embodies what everybody thinks Legacy is who's never played it before. I think Angrath will be good in Standard. I think Angrath is already good in Standard. He's only going to get better with Blood Crypt. Morning back now. Spanish Inquisition is a turn 1 Storm combo deck. It's like Spanish Inquisition is like if Goblin Charbelcher and Tess had like a drunken one night stand. Pack Spanish Inquisition is like their baby. That resulted from their one night stand. We do have 2 cannon decks today. We do have 2 cannon decks today. And in fact, I didn't put it in the stream title because I was running out of characters, but if we clear through Narset Cannon, 8-Whack, and Spanish Inquisition quickly, we should have time for a 6th deck. And if we have time for a 6th deck, I have Bridgevine queued up. Because that deck is also a hoot. It's a good day for non-rotating content at least. We got a lot of blast off decks. We've had some pretty good games today with the Mardu deck, goalie. Have you tried Faithless Looting in this before? This has been really good so far. Just like having a touch of card selection. We have 2 more matches in this league, so we're heading into match number 4 right now. We've not played Narset Cannon yet. All the decks in the stream title are decks that we have yet to play. This is my first league of the day. Sounds fine. Not amazing, but fine. I get to fetch Badlands and Duress them on 1, and then Faithless Looting to find my 2nd land, hopefully. Alright, didn't get Chalice for 1. Step 1, dodge the Chalice. You can dodge the Chalice, you can dodge ball. Are they really 4-0? That's so depressing. Oh, Moto pairings. This matchup's probably hard for us. The bot knows how to show it somehow, goalie. I'm not sure how the bot does it, though. There isn't, like, a public Moto API or anything like that. Take my thoughts, opponent. Nice, Spark Trooper. Moat's not guaranteed the game because they should have multiple copies of Nulamog to exile 2 things. And we don't have a super quick clock, so usually they can live to get to Nulamog. We can see deleted message on mobile now. That's great. Hopefully we're going to get the changing the streak-based subs to total instead of streak-based soon. That's supposed to happen this year. They took a lightning bolt, really. Okay. I guess if I drew a red source, I could double bolt this. Hopefully I draw a white source plus a Swords to Plowshares next turn with this Faithless Looting. At the very least, we'd just like to find a land. Well, that's unfortunate. Probably dead. It doesn't. Humility only impacts creatures that are in play, so it doesn't stop the cast trigger. Yes, Endbringer is very common also. I have Vindicate to interact with some of their lands, but that's about it. Collective Brutality is pretty bad here. I guess some of these decks play Stony Silence, or play, like, Artifact Ramp. It's not super common. I don't really love any of the other cards I have. I'm just going to bring in, cut the Brutalities and bring in Vindicate and Humilities. Yeah, the Cloud Post Eldrazi deck that we played recently was that we played on stream recently had 4 Endbringers in it, I think. Yeah, the Hairy Zigzags are great. Rose, thanks for checking out the sponsors. They're good stuff. Is Revoker for Endbringer too narrow? Maybe not. I think you're right. I like it. Duress is pretty mediocre. Yeah, I have Ugin bodies us as well. I wonder if these Revokers should just be Pithing Needles. I don't know. I like that Revoker can turn off Lion's Eye Diamond. So yes, you kind of have to decide, right? Like, do you want to hedge, like, random land? Do you want to hedge, like, it's like, do you want to hedge Lion's Eye Diamond, or do you want to hedge Dark Depths with your like, shut-off effect like this? Maybe the correct answer is, like, Coward Split and play 1/1. Well, Spyglass doesn't stop Lion's Eye Diamond, so that's the big difference. You either stop Lion's Eye Diamond or you stop lands, because Phyrexian Revoker explicitly stops mana ability because it can't name lands. Honestly, thinking about it more, Pithing Needle might just be more correct. It doesn't die to, like, Plow and Terminus against blue-white, so it's better at shutting off Jace there. Opponent taking a hot second to sideboard here. Yes, correct, Nivik. The duplicate protection rolls out with RNA update. It's a little disappointing. I guess we were talking about how there was nothing disappointing in the update. It is a little disappointing that they're not back crediting anybody for all the vaults that we've opened already, but it's spilt milk at this point. It's just going to be better moving forward. Someone who's opened more vaults than most people, I guess I'll get over it. Yeah, beta, you could say beta, but you usually you want to bend over back. Like, the thing that daggers the no retroactive vault solution is that the people who were impacted by the vault disproportionately are people who have spent a lot of money on Arena. And generally speaking, you want to go out of your way to keep the people who have spent a lot of money on your application happy. Am I disconnected? Is that what's going on? Did we just... Is this a free league? Alright, enjoy the sponsor banner here for a second. I'm gonna reload Magic Online, apparently. Just moto things. Was there a way to track how much you've opened the vault, though? I'm sure they have logs. I'm sure they know every card that people have opened. Watch us just, like, not be sideboarded, which would be great, because then this league would be free and I'd get $12 back. I'm all about the free leagues, especially in matchups we're probably going to lose anyways. If we're not sideboarded, I'm just going to concede. Play the last one. We are sideboarded. Weird that it accepted our sideboarding, but then disconnected us. That's so strange. Discard spell into Planeswalkers. Doesn't really get much better than this. Our deck doesn't really have the ability to put a fast clock on. Looks like a good distro for my smallest laptop. Any other advice on Linux distro? Basically use web browsing. Anything Ubuntu 18.04 based is good. If you're brand new to Linux, Bodhi might not be a good choice. We're definitely targeted at, like, more experienced users. Linux Mint or Xubuntu are also good choices. Alright, I'm just gonna take their threat away here. Thorn of Amethyst is pretty annoying, but just gonna take the thing that kills me. If you don't mind learning a bit, Bodhi's a good choice. It's the desktop we use is very lightweight. Alright. The first of two lands I want to draw. Yeah, like the Bodhi desktop with the network manager boots up to like less than 200 megs of RAM used. And actually it's funny, the network manager tool is probably as heavy as the rest of the desktop combined. They're adding a best of 3 ladder to Arena, and they are implementing 5th card protection. Weird that they didn't play Basilisk Color last turn. I guess they didn't want to take 2 to do it. They poured it in the Ley Line of the Void, sure. Yeah, uncommons work on vault progress. In fact, with the update, it's only uncommons that are going to be giving vault progress. Only uncommons and commons. Packs have never progressed the vault. I guess I'm just like upticking Chandra. They did it in early beta. They progressed your wild cards. Yeah, I don't know about early beta. Since open beta, the packs have not progressed your vault. So if they did that once upon a time, I believe you, but that's not something that's happened since it's been an open beta. So they have Walking Ballista in hand. So I get to play this for X's 3. I get to Vindicate it. And then we're a little bit ahead right now with the Chandra, which is nice. That's actually not too bad because I can Vindicate it, right? No more chests on MTGO. No, we're talking about the vault on Magic Arena. Unless there's a different announcement about chests on Magic Online that I haven't seen. Yeah, opponent boarded in Leyline, which is interesting. I mean, I do have Lingering Souls and Faithless Looting. Stamina Man Dingo. Almost time to start swinging my wooden sword around. God help us all. Thanks for the 5-month resub. I appreciate that. Thanks for shipping your Beza bucks back this way again this month. Yeah, maybe they thought we were more graveyard based because of the Faithless Looting. Could see that being the case. Swords to Plowshares is an excellent draw here. Hey, Jerry Vu, thank you for the 7-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Isn't the government going after loot chests as a whole because of online gambling? Yeah, definitely. Magic Online's always been online gambling, though. Never not been online gambling. Magic Online's basically had security through obscurity up until this point, as far as, like, online gambling and loot chests go. Like, the only reason Magic Online hasn't been gone after by government institutions, I'm fairly confident, is because it's not super popular. I think I'd rather 2 them here, right? Just, like, play Ajani Vengeant. Have a good one at Riz. They have 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess they can cast Ulamog right now. Yeah, I'm gonna cast this because they can currently cast Ulamog. Emblem my Planeswalker. Yes, we are playing against Wolf Boost. I mean, like, sure, you can argue all card games are gambling, but, like, there's varying degrees of skill in different games, right? Like, you know, playing War versus Poker versus Magic, like, there's varying degrees of, like, wait, was I not actually sideboarded? Because I had a Duress in my deck that game. Maybe I wasn't I don't actually know. What was the reason you chose to hit Tomb over Temple? Because Tomb was making 2 mana for their Walking Ballista that I knew they had in hand that they weren't casting for some reason. Revokers were in my board. Okay, that makes sense. Sweet, we're up to 700 folks. Thanks for dropping into Spreadsheet Day. We got one more Legacy deck after this one, and then we're going to play some Modern. Working through some of that queue before the new set drops for Standard. Opponent has mulligan to 5. God bless. Correct, DMS. Technically speaking, I said Magic Online has security through obscurity. It could also be that if you actually read the Magic Online Terms of Service, which apparently people don't do that, it's actually against the MTGO TOS to sell cards for money. It explicitly says you are not allowed to trade digital objects for tangible things. The front page was sweet yesterday. We ended up with, what's it called? We ended up with 9,400 people at one point. Plow this in response. Yeah, it's definitely not enforced, right? Because, like, one of my sponsors, MTGO Traders, and there's, like, multiple other places that all they do is buy and sell Magic Online cards for cash. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and Faithless Looting here. This Phyrexian Revoker's not doing a whole lot. I can flashback Lingering Souls potentially this turn. I guess Revoker's turning off Endbringer. Yeah, I'm a liar. Revoker's turning off Endbringer. Turns it just into a 5/5 with Vigilance. No, I'm sure, legally speaking, there's some catch in there. I'm pretty sure it explicitly names money. I don't know. It's been a hot second since I've read the Moto TOS. That's unfortunate. Really wish I would have cast Faithless Looting. I almost cast a second Faithless Looting last turn. I was like, nah, let's just, like, get this into play. Yeah, that's true. The TOS is just for the end users. Alright, so we're dead. Got it. This is going to copy this, and then Ayavuga's just going to bury us very quickly. Need to draw a Vindicate, like, right now. Yeah, the Chalice into the Eye was very good. A lot of the third-party MTGA tools will track, We'll track that. We'll track the vault for you. Honestly, I probably wouldn't have even played the Endbringer this turn if I was them. I probably would have just copied this and then started activating this ASAP. But as is, they're going to need one more turn for this. I guess playing the second one out doesn't even really do anything here. Because, like, the Endbringer has Vigilance because it untaps during my upkeep still. So, one more shot at a Vindicate here. Nope. Not anymore, because they can activate the Eye right now anyways. Oh, that's fine. We'll file for comp because we got disconnected during sideboarding for the second game. Thanks, Magic Online. I appreciate you. Thank you, Moto. Do-do-do-do. 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 We are 2-2. Let's see now if we can get our Moto bucks back now. Oh. Stand up. Oh, stretch. I actually don't file for compensation that often. That disconnect there is my first one in a long time. Lead on a Scrubland. You know what they say about people that play Scrublands, chat? It's the same thing they say about people that play Badlands. They're really plateauing their legacy career. Alright, 1 Teaglesworth, please. They have double Swords to Plowshares in their hand, which is a double mulligan. Listen, that joke is fantastic, and I need y'all to appreciate it, okay? Alright, so I think I'm holding on to the Faithless Looting for now because I don't have anything that I really want to discard. I guess maybe you could argue I don't mind getting rid of the Collective Brutality because I can just like play Chandra, down tick, and kill the Pride Mage. But I'd rather hold the Chandra to kill something else afterwards, so I'm just going to hang tight for a second here. Playing the Faithless Looting gives me a better chance to hit my land by turn 4, but hopefully we just do that naturally. Really interesting. They're not just playing it out. Okay. Sweet. We hit the land anyways. I think Cinder Vines could see play in modern sideboards. Maybe that's the one-sided Eidolon, right? That could be okay. What's going on, Anthony Dragon? Welcome to a live one. I think I'm just going to go ahead and pass back. They could have end-step Script Ranger there, I suppose. It says Flash, right? Yeah, it does. That incredibly green mechanic, Flash. So, Sylvan Safekeeper. Their hand right now is Script Ranger, Quasily Pride Mage, Plow, Crocus. I could Brutality the Safekeeper and then plow it in response if they sacrifice a land. I could also just like Kaya downtick. The problem is they just like take a land out of their hand. And then like they play the Script Ranger and attack Kaya for 2, but then I can just like blink Kaya out so it's not too big of a deal. Giving them the option between, like, making the Stone Rain or not. Grab another Plateau here and plow this in response. Thanks for keeping the good times rolling, Matt Maxon. Thanks for keeping the sub rolling. I appreciate the 6 months. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good Tuesday. Yeah, the bot doesn't do spoilers. So they're playing Script Ranger in response here. What's hold on, Divik. This is match 5. Are they flashing this in now because they plan to sack another land to protect this? Seems pretty reasonable for us. Why are you opening packs? Wait to open packs. Dupe protection comes back. Comes soon. So they have 2 swords and then 2 cards I don't know. If I play Kaya, she dies. If I play Chandra, she goes to 5 and they can only attack her for 4. I'm just casting Faithless Looting. Perfect. I think I'm actually ditching Kaya here at this point. Their hand has so many cards, they're just dead against us, that Kaya making them discard is not really a big deal. And the fact that she just, like, goes down in loyalty is a big deal. Taking the Pride Mage off the table is, like, pretty good here, because it means our Moat will be better. Deal. Alright, well, Chandra with them only having 2 power on board seems good for us. You know what? I could have played this land right. Didn't get punished. I could have like fetched up a thing and like had like a lightning bolt drawn off the top. Sure. Morning, El Dorte. I believe you get a gem refund. Moat's up. Raise the bridge. Raise the bridge. We found a piece of candy, chat. There's a piece of candy. Excellent. Yummy, yummy, yummy candy. Nummy, nummy candy. Ooh, with the slick plays to get to the 3rd mana. The opponent is playing a deck called Maverick, which is a green-white, often with a small black splash creature deck. Maverick is the deck that people who play green-white hate bears in Modern wish they could play in Modern. Whenever I'm supposed to make mana there and double play Lingering Souls, I think there's a chance I'm supposed to make mana there and double play Lingering Souls. Wow, they have a blue splash too. Wonder if they have, they must have Leovold, right? I think that's usually what they splash blue for. Oh no! Oh no, they have Assassin's Trophy in their main deck. Brutal. I liked my Moat. keep Chandra high, shall we? Thanks, Sildorte. Yeah, as long as people support for legacy content, we'll have some mixed in for sure. I think I'm just flashing back souls here. Just keep the Chandra high up. I'm gonna hold the land because there's a Faithless Looting in my bin that we can use to cycle through. If they attack with Thalia here, I can triple block, which is bad because they have Swords to Plowshares in their hand. Ramanap, Excavator, that's bad for us. They're going to start wastelanding us. Also makes their Scrub Ranger much better. Hoping to draw another Moat here. We have 2 more copies of that in our deck. Raise the bridge! Raise the bridge! We might see them go Plow, untap Plow, poke Chandra with the Scrub Ranger. Now, I think it's pretty unlikely that they're playing Retreat to Coral Helm combo. I think it's probably 1 drop to cast Leovold when they draw it. Listen, we're 28 cards into our deck, chat. We're right around due for another Moat. And those humilities in our sideboard are looking real good right about now. Let me tell you what. Have a Green Sun for 4 here. Rex is 3 perhaps. Oh, they could have a Rex Sage. Yeah, that's true. Well, they had a Kozilek Pride Mage. Like, do they have Pride Mage and Rex Sage in their main deck? They could have Knight of Autumn. It'd be Knight of Autumn, right? Not Knight of Autumn. It is a Knight, but not Knight of Autumn. I think I just decline this and flash back Faithless Looting. All right. I can't kill anything. Casting Lightning Bolt is simply Wasteland, which is not something I'm really interested in doing right now. Good news. If they don't interact with the Chandra, I get to kill them next turn with her emblem, so here's open. Oh, do they have a way to draw the Kozilek Pride Mage this turn? Oh, this is during their upkeep. Brutal. Good play by the opponent here. Their mana base is super greedy. It's a shame there aren't Blood Moons in our mana in our deck. Yep. Yeah, we're dead. I want to make them kill me because they could time out here in this match. And this is the miserable part about playing competitive leagues, is that, like, normally I just concede here, but, like, if I manage to win this match, I literally win $14 because Magic Online's online gambling. So, like, for the record, I am aware that this game is over and we cannot win, but Magic Online, because it's online gambling, encourages me to continue playing. So that way I can play to, like, timing my opponent out, because they're, like, down 2.5 minutes on clock right now. Yep, basically. Play to the outs. Cast my cards, take my game actions quickly. They're not auto-passing, because they have, like, Shrub Ranger and Sylvan Safekeeper. How much time on the clock? They have 16 minutes, and this is game 1. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make them kill me. I am not playing any copies of Fiery Confluence. There's a deck list on your screen. You can also type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. It's been fine. The Faithless Looting's made the deck better, to the surprise of few. Having some card selection made the deck better. Honestly, the competitive league aspect of having to play Legacy on Magic Online probably bothers me more than the actual gameplay of Legacy. I find it incredibly frustrating to, like, have some kind of, like, feeling of obligation because of, like, the monetary amount that we could lose or win. Firmly disagree with you. I think Standard's the best format in Magic by a pretty large margin. And Standard generates quite fantastic gameplay on average. There's nothing wrong with a little variety, but, you know, Legacy is both inaccessible and awkward. Discard spells are pretty mediocre here, especially Duress. Inquisition and Thoughtseize are probably okay. Vote Pod 2019. Make Modern great again. Do I want Rest in Peace? I probably don't, actually. Like, I have to ask myself what's better. Like, the back half of my Lingering Souls or, like, their Knights? It's probably the back half of my Lingering Souls. Honestly, Trim 1 Brutality. Containment Priest shuts off Green Sun Zenith, which is, like, not irrelevant. You just want, like, a couple. Just, like, 2 are better than these Collective Brutalities. I'm not gonna bring in all 3, but 2 seem fine. She also, like, flashes in to gobble things up in combat on occasion. I'm in my mom's computer. She gave me permission to give you candy. Thanks for the bits, Pinky. Do you want Revoker for Stoneforge Mystic and Knights? I don't think so. I don't really care about Stoneforge Mystic. Maybe I care about Knight of the Reliquary enough, but, like, I also have a lot of removal spells in my deck. Yeah, I agree with that assessment. Legacy's a good format if you want your games to last 2 or 40 minutes. Not a lot of middle ground. Trophy, Noble, Knight. I'm just going to get rid of the trophy here, I think. We are in match 2 of game 3. We are in game 2 of match 5. And we are down a game. So we'll be moving along to SI here soon. Awkward choice on my land. I guess I don't care about this. I'm just gonna, like, let that hang out. Let's cast the Faithless Looting because I have 1 free discard here. I think it's sad that I have to just discard Angrath. I think I just bit Angrath. We're gonna be pretty far away from casting him, right? He's a card that we have in our deck, so like we can rip him in the mid to late game and like cast him. But especially with like they're playing Wastelands and stuff, we're not likely to get to that anytime soon. Competitive EDH is like the format for people that don't want to buy a second Underground Sea, right? That's how that works. I think I want to Vindicate this to use my mana efficiently this turn. I could Swords to Plowshare it, but I'd rather tap all 3 lands. Try not to fall out of the little box. It's a format where people who have just one boat are happy. Lol. Land. Land. Alright. Take a Thoughtseize. They brought in Surgical Extraction. Sure. I really don't fault people for boarding weird against us because, like, we're not exactly playing a deck that's a thing. Morning, Jackal Girl. Look at my free Grey Ogre. Deck card's busted. They could just be like assuming that like because we have Faithless Looting, there's some busted powerful combo in our deck, and not just like we're just like casting bad Brainstorm. They could be under the sneaking suspicion that we put good cards in our Legacy deck. Alright, really need a land or removal spell here to get rid of Mom. It's unfortunate. Playing Faithless Looting as the designers intended it to be played. Wild. Oh, that hurts. Yeah, I set the graphics to low, Pokemon. Needed to give my computer a little bit of a break, so I turned the graphics all the way down. You know, surgically extract my Nether Spirit? But if you surgically extract him, the cat can't come back. The cat just wants to come back, opponent. Don't be rude. Yeah, there's a reaction video on YouTube, Jackal Girl. Mom can target itself, but it was summoning sick. So we pass here. They'll attack with Kozilek Pride Mage. In response, the Exalted triggers will plow the Pride Mage. The reason we sequence in this way is so that way my opponent can't hit us for one with the Noble Hire, because they're only attacking with one creature, obviously. And then just looking to draw a land next turn to get the Chandra going. Thoughtseize is pretty mediocre, so let's slash back Faithless Looting. I think I keep the Moat. They're gonna like draw a Knight, and I'm gonna hate myself for having kept the Moat. The fact that we plowed the Kozilek Pride Mage is good though, because it means they can't Volrash Stronghold it back. Yeah, if we draw a land, we're gonna be in a great spot. Maybe I'm supposed to flashback looting there since I have a Soul's Drawn. Yeah, probably supposed to flashback looting. Work my way to before drop. If they attack with the Noble Hierarchy, I'm going to double walk. Plow me, baby. I can't imagine there's plows left in their deck at this point. If they, like, have a trophy and use it on that instead of my moat, I'm pretty happy with that exchange. Man, if I'd have looting last turn, I would have gotten to ditch double Lingering Souls. Alright, still get to ditch double Lingering Souls. Actually, Thoughtseize probably isn't even very good here. Where are my lands? Good lord. Really glad we ditched Angrath on turn 1 when we looted. Brutal. Getting punished for having well, I guess the I guess if I kept Plow, we wouldn't be able to do anything against this anyways. Maybe I'm supposed to... I definitely need to play this turn, because this is just going to start... We're going to get Wastelanded every turn for the rest of the game at this point. So, hopefully we can just flash back these Lingering Souls, and then hide behind the moat while they attack them to death. That's true. The chances of us drawing lands through us this game are, like, fairly high. I wonder if they have access to... I don't think I saw a Thespian stage out of them, and, like, they had a lot of other utility lands, so they might not have Dark Depths combo in their 75. If they have Dark Depths combo, that plus Wasteland could probably pressure us out of the game. Yeah, I agree, Doomfees. This game is probably going to turn into an example of, oh, we're just cycling. Interesting. They don't think they can race us. They're not valuing getting us off the 4th mana source here. Which is good for us. Hopefully we hit another land next turn so we can go Chandra plus Chandra for mana, flashback Lingering Souls, and get 2 threats going. Actually, I can Chandra plus Chandra for mana, cast Lingering Souls from my hand, right? So, between Chandra, the Moat, and the Lingering Souls here, we should be in a pretty good spot. Potentially get to a game 3 here. Now, honestly, we want this game to, like, go as long as possible with them losing, so that way they can potentially time out in game 3, because my opponent's currently down 7 minutes on clock. 6 minutes? 6.5. 6.5 minutes. Please take all the time in the world. I'd like my $14 from you timing out. Please and thank you. That's true. Library is good for timing them out. 10 out of 10 agree. Especially when they get to shuffle every turn. Bogged my souls. It's a good one. That's a bit of a punish for... Alright. Do I cast this? I think I'm supposed to cast this. Because this hits them... Well, our timing there was less than ideal. Should have attacked first, missed 3 points of damage, or could have had my Lingering Soul, so... My timing was incorrect because I could have done that post-combat because there was nothing I could flip with the Chandra pre-combat that would impact my combat step in a positive manner. So I should have attacked for 3, see if they blew the Persecution, Obviously, I didn't know about it, but like if I hit them for 3 and they blow the Persecution, I then have Lingering Souls, or if they don't blow the Persecution, I get 3 more points of damage in. So like either of those are good for me. I mean, we're still not just dead. I get to cast Humility next turn, and Chandra's going to 7, so... Humility isn't that expensive. Moat's like $700 though. Yeah, we have Humility Moat. They've discarded one of their Assassin's Trophies already. So if they've gone through one Assassin's Trophy and Kozilek Pride Mage is out of their deck. Although Moat doesn't really care about their Kozilek Pride Mage, so no. Hard pass. They have Assassin's Trophy. So how many more trophies do they have is the question. Our board is more expensive than their board. Ain't that the truth? Yes, correct, goalie. Their clock's down to 6.5 minutes, which is heading in a positive direction for us. So if we manage to win this game, we should be in a good position to time them out for game 3. If my opponent does have another trophy in their deck, they're going to have a good chance to find it, though, here. How much does it cost to dig a real moat? Similar to buying the card moat on Magic in paper. Similar pricing. Okay. Did you find a trophy? I'm unfortunately out of Lingering Souls here, so that means I can't kill them this turn. So, spells are lethal. No, just any spells. Cast any spell, deal 5. Was there incentive to hold the looting? Maybe. There's a chance their deck has discard spells in it. And like, if I double looting there, or like if I hold it and double looting the following turn, there's a good chance I don't have mana left over to cast whatever spell that I have. I guess we're due for some lands, huh? So, I think they found Green Sun Zenith, which doesn't really matter, because it just puts a 1/1 into play. I guess it technically shuffles their deck. Are they conceding before? I should have just tapped lands last turn. They conceded when I just started tapping lands for mana. They conceded when I just started tapping lands for mana. Obviously, if we get into that situation next game, I'm going to start tapping lands for mana. Alright, do I board differently because I don't need to win? I just need to not lose. Am I supposed to have Honestly, after playing that game, I wonder if I want the Revokers and the Brutalities. These cards are also pretty good at just, like, not losing. I don't think the rips are good enough. It could just like go max Doom Blades. Yeah, they have Mom, Safekeeper, and Knight. They have Kozilek Bride Mage too. Oh, Kaya's a little bit mediocre. She's hard to protect herself. She doesn't actually turn into removal spells. Angrath's a little clunky. I think Chandra and Ajani are fine because they all kill things reasonably. Alright, let's do this. When did we join Tempo Storm? Tempo Storm added their Magic branch a little over a week ago, so still very new. Myself, Caleb Durward, and MTG Nerd Girl are their three starting additions to that branch of their folks. This hand's great. It gets to fetch all 3 colors of basic lands. Opponent has mulligan to 5, and we're going to Inquisition them on 1. God bless. Alright, Gideon would be annoying if I didn't have my friend the Revoker here. Alright, you have 4 minutes, go. Yeah, didn't lose our money to online gambling. Woo, Magic. They fetched the Tropical Islands, they drew Leovold, I assume. Knight of the Reliquary, sure. Knight's Throne, table. I'm actually not looking to discard any cards here, so I'm not gonna cast the Faithless Looting. People wondering why I didn't name their fetch lands. I didn't name fetch lands because I'm not Alex Bertensini. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Get out of here. Is Legacy all the cards that are not in Standard? No, Legacy is just all cards minus a ban list. At around this time yesterday morning, you had the same number of viewers as all Magic streams have right now. Yep. You've not missed the spreadsheeting. Today's actually going to be all spreadsheets. So we are in game 3 of the last match with our first deck of the day. Then we're playing another Legacy deck after this. We got a whole lot more coming up after that. So I actually don't really want a Humility this board, right? Because they have Gideon. Yeah, today and tomorrow are going to be all Modern and Legacy. And then Thursday and Friday are going to be all Standard because there's a new set being released. So we got a lot of sweet Standard brews coming up. I'm really excited. We've got like 35 Standard brews in the queue. I guess there could be an argument to not attacking with this, because Scrub Ranger flashing in technically punishes. Man, Faithless Looting is a really good addition to this deck, goalie. Just having some selection is fantastic. So, the standard set releases tomorrow for a select number of streamers doing a streamer pre-release event. But for all the normal folks out there, it comes out on Thursday. I will not be participating in the streamer event because Wizards of the Coast made the streamer event best of one only, and I have no desire to play best of one Magic. So I'll be here playing Modern and Legacy tomorrow. Priest does not stop flashcards. Yeah, flash creatures are still cast. Great, they have 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. They're also at 8. I'm flashing another Grizzly Bear into play here in a hot second. That's true. It does stop the card named Flash. Woof. Brutal. Wow, we might actually die here. This Gideon's gonna close the game out really quickly. They have given no word on best of 3 direct challenge. This is the worst when you like lose with them having like 30 seconds on their clock because like they wasted the maximum amount of your time and like you ended up dying. No, Priest does not beat tokens. It explicitly says non-token. Yeah, hoping to rip a Moat. Vindicate also does it. Plow works if they're getting aggressive, which they might need to get aggressive just because of their clock. Yeah. Yeah, Hollowed Moonlight beats tokens. Well, Stream Decker does exist for Magic Online. You're referring to Deckmaster? Oh, I need to draw Moat. We're through 21 cards without Moat here. I don't think that lets us live. I don't know, figure it out. They have Assassin's Trophy, they have Scrub Ranger. They have Council's Judgment, so they're gonna hit the Humility, and then they fire up Gideon and attack for lethal. Maybe they get Comcasted, right? Why are they poking around with this? Oh, I guess this gives protection for my Containment Priest. They still have to fire up Gideon here, right? This is really bad. Like if I just like had a removal spell, they'd die. This doesn't play around Swords to Plowshares. If I had Swords to Plowshares, they lose. Oh, because the way I tap my lands, it plays around swords, right? Because I would have to fetch. Yeah. Well, we have 10 minutes, and they have 17 seconds. Man, I forgot how rancid this makes me feel. Just like really, really bad. Just the frustration from the clock being really miserable, and then the gambling loss as well. Yeah. Just very, very annoying. I don't know. I don't have anything positive to say. Sounds good, goalie. Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. Sorry. Yeah, I don't... You know, playing fair Legacy without registering Ponder Brainstorm Force of Will is just, like... Probably a bad idea. Like, when we played the Jeskai Blade deck, we, like, 4-1 very easily, and then we played this, and it just, you know... You're not competitive without those other colors. Alright, let's land another $12 on fire with Spanish Inquisition, shall we?